Not like being muted or anything is the way to start. Also, too. Oh, be blinky up here. Oh, hey Sam. Hey Gorillas. How you doing? Do we play D&D? We have done. Not recently, but yeah, I have played D&D. Problem with D&D is it's just takes a lot out of us. Is that because it's like a bad DMs or whatever? It just usually if it's in real life, you have to get up and go and do stuff and whatnot. And if it's not in real life, generally speaking, I can't be lip reading to supplement my inability to understand spoken words. And it's not that my hearing's bad, it's literally my brain is bad. I just don't understand when people speak out loud to me. It takes extra processing power, so having to listen to someone over, say, a Discord call or something is hard. It takes tons and tons and tons of mental energy, and it's exhausting, so... I have done. It is fun. I do like it. I am a bit of a rules lawyer. I've been playing since 3.0. I have played some 2.0, some advanced D&D, which is like 2.0. Ever played 4? Played the shit out of Pathfinder. Not Pathfinder 2, mind you, just like the original Pathfinder, like 3.75 like you do. And obviously I played 5 as well, because... I have to make a decision on a new rule. Alright. You've seen enough Stranger Things to know what it is? That's like original D&D. That's... And hell, the version they play is like... home rules. But yeah. But sure, shoot. I do know the systems, generally speaking. And I do know enough of the history that I could be like, oh yeah, historically, if you want to make quaffing a potion a bonus action, most people do that. Most people do that because it's inconvenient as shit to have to make your bonus action being pulling out the potion, and you're just like, let's just speed up the combat as opposed to making it drag on forever sort of thing. Is generally the thought process there. To be fair, I've actually never played with anyone who did that rule and argued firmly against it, but I do understand why people prefer to just be a automatic fucking thing, because it's kind of annoying to have a potion and have to waste an entire fucking 6-second turn getting out and drinking the potion. No. They can cast it again on their turn? Okay, so a wizard just cast a spell, and a fighter wanted to intimidate them to recast the spell. I can't do that. They have a free action to tell them to any free action, if they haven't used up a free action, and generally speaking, like, a free action is to tell people to do something. Like, because you would during combat. So you'd be like, hey, yo, do that again! You can do that, but you can't roll against someone, because that's a skilled action, right? So you're like, you better fucking cast it again and force them to take an extra action? No. No. Nice idea, but also fucking no. If it was during the fighter's turn, I'd give them the opportunity to roll intimidation to force the wizard to make the choice during their turn to cast the same spell again. So let's say they cast a spell and it was always gonna fizzle because someone has an immunity that the wizard was unaware of. If you wanted to force that wizard to cast that spell again, or mock them into casting the spell again, yeah, no, I'd allow that, but it would have to be on their turn, and it would require a skill check, and the wizard, of course, would get a saving throw to not be intimidated or goaded into doing it. Yeah, no, not on the fighter's turn. You can't force somebody to act out of turn. They can delay their turn until after a specific action has taken place. It's the only time the turn order can be violated like that, is if someone is intentionally waiting until a specific action happens or doesn't happen. Like, for instance, I'm gonna wait for my turn until either someone comes through the door or that's the only time you can do something that's like out of turn, by basically delaying your turn until later in the round. The only time I would let them do that if it was like a extreme class feature. Like, and it'd have to be like a level 15 like fucking level of class feature to force somebody to act during your turn or act during their turn. You can, like I said, it's... Rogues back in 3.0, I'm pretty sure in 3.5 had a thing called Feint. F-E-I-N-T. So you might want to reference that or look into it. But a Feint was basically a bluff roll that forced the other player to, would force the other player during the rogue's turn to, lose their AC effectively. And that was a very good way to make sure that you could actually get a sneak attack in when you were, say, fencing or something like that. So, Feint is something you might want to look into when it comes to forcing somebody to do lose something or do something. But generally speaking, if you're going to do that, they're going to have to commit their action to it. Like, if they're going to force somebody to do something, you're going to commit your action or an action surge to force them to do it. Well, I wouldn't make it a strength roll. It's a charisma roll. That's charisma. You're intimidating me. You're using your force of will, your ability to express yourself, to scare the ever-living shit out of that person to make them do a thing. Okay, I wasn't sure about 5, like I said, I've played 5.0, but I know 3.5. That's what I played the most. So I'm like, as a person who's played a rogue in 3.5 way too many fucking times, oh my god, people were begging me to stop playing rogues and I never fucking did. Ever, you can't make me stop playing rogues. I want to go stabby, stab. Stabby, stab. So much stabbing. Also, you wanna hear the best? Like, here's my I have built this rogue so many times. So here's the thing. back in 3.0 and 3.5, and continuing on into Pathfinder, there's this series of feats that you could take. There's some of them are martial feats now, some of them weren't martial feats at one point in time. Basically, the idea is, what you want to do is you want to take all the feats that would get you the whirlwind attack, which means that you have to take dodge and evasion and mobility, and I think it's cleave or great cleave, and basically what it lets you do is it lets you, during your turn, your attack can be, and it's a singular attack against everything around you in a circle. So you can just jump into a pile of enemies and hit everything around you, all 8 squares, one time. And if you have, like, other ways of giving yourself more attacks, you can once again hit them all. So the idea is to get whirlwind attack. And you also want to get a specific feat called Dervish, which lets you, if you kill somebody with that single attack, lets you move 5 feet, which resets your attack, allowing you to become a lawnmower. I have done the lawnmower build so many fucking times. It is my favorite build, and the best thing in the world was that Pathfinder actually came up with a goddamn excuse to give rogues the ability to get martial feats, which they never should have done, because it let me get the martial feat exotic weapon Scythe, which let me actually make a lawnmower. And I also took the improved crit and weapon focus Scythe, so that and it was a keen scythe, because keen used to give, it used to increase the threshold for crit. So I crit on a 15 plus with this scythe. And it's a ×5 multiplier if you crit with the scythe. I killed so many people that way! Yeah, it's cleave but better. Whirlwind should still, theoretically... The thing is, when 3.0 went away, they got rid of Dervish, which is bullshit, but it was because of people like me who were like, wait a second, if I get Whirlwind and Dervish, I get a hit against everything around me, and if just one of them drops, I can move 5 feet and my attack refreshes? Let's do that. Yes, please. Yeah, it's cleave but better. So yeah, lawnmower build. And the thing is, because of the nature of rogues at the time, was if you could move into a space. I'm trying to remember how the rule worked, but there was a rule where basically if you took a 5-foot adjustment, you could get sneak attack against certain enemies. So I would take the 5-foot adjustment. Well, I guess I would just use feint as well, right? So you use feint because it was a free action. What a mistake that was. They never should have made that a free action. And I would get their AC to drop, like their dodge, which meant that I could sneak, which meant that I was adding my sneak dice to every single fucking thing around me. And if I killed one thing, I could move 5 feet and do it again. I love that character. I love that character. Lawnmower build. Anyways. The thing is, for me, it wasn't a min-max thing, because my characters were completely incompetent in every other conceivable way. Because they truly fucking were, because they couldn't literally do anything else. If there was no combat, they had no skills to support themselves. It was bad in many ways, which actually made the characters really funny, because, like, you know, the DMs would eventually start avoiding pitched battles with my stupid lawnmower rogues because she'd win, which resulted in, hey yo, we're having a pitched battle in a situation where your allies are going to be around you and you can't turn around, which means that you can't do the stupid 5-foot reset, and you're like, shit, shit. Okay, well, I'm a acrobat over there, and you failed, and you fell over, and you're prone, and you're getting hit. And it's like fuck. That's like that was my entire goddamn life. Also, best question to ask a rogue. You have evasion, right? Well, you're holding up a flask of alchemist fire. I swear to God, I've never taken more damage in my life than badly rolling evasions. That's fun. That's fun. The other character that I really like playing, I mean, other than Mouse, because Mouse is special to me, but Mouse is so Pathfinder-y, though. The problem with Mouse is that it's a Pathfinder class. Like, Mouse is from a Pathfinder class. I actually built her in Baldur's Gate 3, but some of the aspects of what made Mouse special just don't work with a Warlock, because a Witch is different than a Warlock in Pathfinder. And she was a Witch. And you're like, what's the difference? The difference is how your character is played with the DM, because like a Warlock has a patron, but the thing is, all Warlocks know their patrons. They know exactly who their patron is because they've made a deal with that patron. Sorry, I'm rubbing my eyes, so my character's probably glitching out. Witches don't know who their patron is. Their witches have a familiar. The familiar is their liaison with their patron, but they very rarely know who their patron is. So they could be serving an evil deity, a good deity. They could be serving the forces of anything, really. At all. Anything. Come up with something, they could be serving it. So, because they don't know who their patron is, reflexively, they kind of end up being more or less obvious about being out. Because the thing is, if you find out that an adventurer's a witch, the chances of them being evil is non-zero. So witches tend to obscure who and what they are fairly frequently. And also they, like, because the way the DM interacts with you, the DM will be like, okay, well, your familiar has just told you that you need to do this. And you're like, shit, I don't know what that means. Crap. And that's kind of a fun, like, that's a fun aspect to the character that you just don't get with a Warlock, because Warlocks know who their patron is, and if their patron wants to fucking tell them to do something, they'll send a messenger and you'll have to go do it, right? But like, it's a matter of trying to negotiate with your party about the dumb thing that you have to do in order to keep your spells today. Like, so Mouse is a special character to me, because when I found out who her patron was, it was the funniest moment I've ever had in D&D. I literally was so beside myself. And to be fair, I actually entered a high-level campaign towards the end of their campaign, and I was like, you know, it doesn't really matter to me if I ever find out who my patron is. And he's like, well, there's a chance you could still end up finding out who it is. But he had this whole fucking thing planned from the start as soon as I said that I wanted to play a witch. Oh, I love it. Have you ever looked into the Book of Vile Darkness as a note? If you're a sensitive Nelly, don't bother, because there is, like, things like cannibalism and human sacrifice and fucking gross shit like that. Because they basically wanted to come up with, like, a really fucky systems, but a really cool system that they added into the Book of Vile Darkness specifically is, what are they called? They're like insanity rolls, but they're basically about how depraved your characters become, but the effects of them are actually fucking awesome. Because sometimes when you want to roll, like, you aren't rolling an insanity roll to see whether or not you're gonna go hog wild on your party, because that's less fun for your party. But for instance, you may take, like, oh yeah, Book of Vile Darkness. It's a 3.0 resource. It's actually 3.0 and not even 3.5. So there is some unbalanced shit in it, because 3.5 was a balancing patch. Because it was needed. It was severely needed. Like, basically, they took what AD&D created and all the resources for it and tried to codify it into something that was approachable for everyone, but that was a problem because a lot of advanced D&D, like AD&D stuff, was very homebrewy and unbalanced as shit, so 3.5 kind of came out as a, okay, it's fair, you figured out how to break the game, you figured it out. But the Book of Vile Darkness is one of the last books to come out for 3.0, so it does have a little bit of weird brokenness to it, but yeah, the depravity system where your character is slowly being corrupted over time, that system is great because not only does it have a lot of really good prompts, but it has a lot of really good ways of, like, okay, you're taking damage from, you know, being influenced by an eldritch being, or you've done something really fucked up and the gods have cursed you in some way. Those rolls are absolutely excellent because, as I recall, like, for instance, I got fucked over by going to do something alone that I should have been able to do alone, okay? I should have been able to do it alone because it was like literally delivering a message to a temple that shouldn't have been in any trouble at all. I just had to deliver a message to a temple, and everyone was like, we're going shopping. I'm like, okay, well, I'll go deliver this message to the temple and join you shopping later. My mistake, should have brought the entire fucking party with me. So I go in there and the high priest is acting weird, and because I was alone, I got fucking surprised, knocked out, and infested with a parasite from the Book of Vile Darkness, because of course you did. And the fungus, as it came to be known, that infected my brain was giving me these points. I can't remember what they're fucking called. But I had to roll every day to find out what the problem was. But of course the DM had to tell me what the problem was without the rest of the party knowing what the problem was. And once it was literally, you're not allowed to remind people of the imminent danger that everyone seems to be forgetting right now. I'm like, are you kidding me? Because I was the only person who cared. Like, and he was like, that's the one thing you're not allowed to do. You rolled the silence. And I'm like, shit! Did we lose the battle? No, we won the battle. Did we lose the capital city and everybody in it because everybody forgot what fucking day it was? Yes, we did! Because I was forbidden to remind everybody that... Okay, I'm gonna look what the name of it is, because it's actually driving me nuts now. Like, what are these called? Because they're not depravity points. There's something, it's something else. Oh, maybe they were depravity points. For the source book, thanks, fandom. There it is. Okay. Herb spells, vile feats. we go. I'm like, there's no way. But it isn't on, like, the Internet Archive, and it fucking is. Okay. The thing is, my copy of this was given to a friend of mine because he wanted to complete his library and he didn't have this one, so I was like, fuck it. We're never gonna play 3.5 again, so you can just have mine, so I gifted it to him for, like, his birthday or some shit. And now I'm like, fuck! It would be so easy, I could just pick it up off the fucking floor. There's all the fucking classes. Those are the spells. Scroll. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Ni hao. Scroll. Oh, it's just example fiends. That's in the back. I'm sure that the sacrifice. Oh, here we go. Diseases. The diseases are fucky too. Bile damage.
Dude, I think I just filled the cup.
Whatevs 1111 cheered 710 dimbits. Happy birthday to Norwell. Less than 3 Valath 1 coffee.
Aw, thank you. Whatevs? Just been eating root beer ice cream? That sounds good. I can't find the list. I'm sure somewhere in here there is a list that has the depravity points in it that talk about the accumulation of evil in a character, and it's evil, but like insanity is the part of it, where as you go along, the points add up, resulting in more aberrant behavior, but not like... But it's, the thing that's important about it, the reason why I brought it up is because it's not about acting in a way that, like, ruins the game. Because there's always the chance that when somebody has a character who's off their rocker, that you're gonna ruin the game. So it gives some really neat ideas on like what this evil can do to your character without your character becoming a detriment to the party, which is kind of cool. And it's well thought out, because of course the problem with playing, especially if you're doing an entire evil campaign, is that obviously there's going to be clashes, there's going to be deaths, there's going to be PC on PC violence, because that can happen and people need to fucking relax about it, because it can actually be a fucking lot of fun. But when you're talking about like evil shit and evil shit happening, you want to make sure that everybody you're playing with is on the same page when it comes to stuff. So having a creative resource to act out the weird fucky shit that your characters are doing, and having a nice resource for like, okay, I've rolled on the depravity table and today I'm literally gonna vomit bile all day. That's what we're doing. Instead of it being a matter of, well, I gotta do something evil, and choosing to make somebody super fucking mad at you because you have worded their plans with your own nonsense. So having that list of resources is super cool. It is actually kind of a heckin' joy. Not saying you would, but more resources to have to be creative with is always a good thing in my books. What's up, dogs? The ceiling. Also, I'm not sure what else. My pain levels, There's also, a class, subclass? Subclass? No, a class. In, what's the book called? It's the mage version of the Book of Vile Darkness. But it's like, Infinite Arcana? Something like that. It has the word Arcana in it anyway. That book has a mage variant. In modern terms, we'd call it a mage variant, where, you worship or like you have a connection, like your power comes from the Eldritch gods, like the outer space fucked up Cthulhu, interdimensional fucked up beings. And I'm trying to remember the name of that class, but that class may also have some interesting stuff. Because like you mentioned that you're like a little homebrewy, which means that, I mean, getting resources is always cool. And they have a lot of stuff about like physical manifestations of what you are, where you draw your power from is some of it. So like, for instance, picture that they use, like, because of course there's art in all these books, right? The picture they use for it is like the mage is like literally looks like incredibly haunted, and like she has a tentacle coming out of her mouth. Which, of course, you can say what might sound sexual. It doesn't. It's not. It's just gross. It's actually quite a stunning image. For more ideas. You love the Lytton? I like the Lytton. What's this landlubber talking about? I'm talking about Dungeons and Dragons, which I happen to know a fair bit about. I can't really play it because I have no social battery, and also it's hard for me to get around. But on top of that, I'm also really bad at listening to people. Like, playing it online, much worse than even playing it in person. And playing it in person also requires me to physically be able to get to places, which is harder for me now. So, you know, being able to talk about it with people is pretty fun, because I like talking about it. Because I know way too much about it. But yeah, we're talking about Sam Goldeneye, who's in the YouTube chat here, is talking about their... did you say Warlock? I think you said Warlock, that is aligned with the Eldritch deities like Cthulhu. Which is fun and exciting, because I know a number of resources about that concept, and I was mentioning some of them, and I'm trying to remember the name of, I think it's Infinite Arcana. I might be wrong with that. But yeah, there's a 3.5 resource where there's a mage variant who derives their powers from the Eldritch gods. It's before the concept of warlocks came about, so quite likely it is the sort of like pre-warlock character. It's a warlock sorcerer multi-class. Ah, right, multi-class. I forgot about those. They don't do that anymore, you know? Like having to take a certain amount of levels in multiple classes in order to unlock your multi-class, like in order to unlock your ultimate version of your character. That's my pronouns. If you see the booba, female, so she, her. If you see a suit jacket, which looks like this, he, him. We decided to keep it mega simple. Because otherwise, I mean, we're already confusing enough without adding in the pronouns being extra hard to remember. And if you're like, well, how many different folks stream? There's about 10 of us. Not ever, like, generally speaking, you're gonna run into mostly me. My name is Nyx, and William, who is the one who wears the jacket and has the same color hair as me. But, like, we have a variety of, like, hair colors for people to use in order to kind of tell us all apart, sort of thing. So, if you see an odd hair color, it's not me. I'm not that innocent. Stop, drop, and roll. Rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Oh! You're singing a hecking song, and I am just responding to each individual line of the song as though they are unrelated. I'm a dumbass. Anyways, hi there! I will. I want you back. I will. Can I hydrate? Thank you, very sussy. Sorry. Yes, I can. Thank you, very sussy. Sukna. What do landlubbers like to do while sailing the seas? Well, if I know landlubbers, it's mostly just throwing up over the foredeck. Mostly. Seem to enjoy it greatly because they do it a lot. I do. Sing the shanties and drink the rum! Can you zoom out so you can see the whole thing? Sure thing. Gonna say, I have a button for that. Press the button. Yo, oh, yo, oh, a pirate's life for me. course. Where do you get your, well, I can't drink anymore, so I don't. But if I were to, I would probably get it from the liquor store. Liquor where? Liquor store. What? Jamaica does make badass rum. Very true, very true. Yeah, it's going. It is. It's exciting. I once went to this, there's a thing here in Canada called Medieval Times. I don't know if America has it. It is possible you do. But, and in Medieval Times, they had these really humongous drinks. This was back before I ended up on medication that makes it impossible for me to drink. The rum, the drink I ended up with probably had like way too much liquor in it. I was fucking drunk out of my goddamn mind. But oh my god, it was so fucking tasty. It had like spiced rum and white rum and something pineapple-y too. It was good. It was so tasty. Like, that's the problem with like cocktails on a certain level, is that because they're so damn tasty, you drink them real fast because they taste good. Hey, fucking that sunrise. You wanna know what cats taste like? Well, one day you might find out. Away. Just remember, consent is everything. Right. Yeah, Nightbot's gone off. Oh, it's funny, Sam. I love that got auto-moderated, but not the guy who's talking about eating cats. Yarr! May we pass each other on the fiery seas of the internets one day. Jesus Christ, Sam. I just realized what you fucking said. I don't know if you realized what you fucking said. Anyways. What got auto-moderated? The one about putting meat in your mouth. Which is literally a long-standing joke on this channel, and also hilarious that, like, see, on Twitch, if someone gets auto-moderated, I can just add the term to the things that I'm okay with. But on YouTube, no, it just fucking gets moderated every time. If you need a docking, don't look that up. Innocent. Yarr! We usually don't have a pirate theme going, but I'm willing to go there. Yes, yeah, I'm sure you did. I will occasionally find double entendres funny. Dem. Sometimes I won't know what to delete. It's fine. Generally speaking, it's the people who are being intensely rude, not people who are making like vaguely sexual. Like I don't care about vaguely sexual jokes as long as they're not like threatening to physically harm me. But like people who are being like obviously transphobic or obviously homophobic or obviously threatening my fucking life in real life. Thems can go. Or people who are like breaking the cardinal rule of don't talk about harming children or animals. Thems can also go. Swear to God, some people take it as a challenge. Like, okay, well, I found more words to ban in my long list of words I don't want to read. Greetings, fellows. Yeah. But generally, if people are making jokes about booty, I'm not gonna get mad because somebody said booty, you know? Because I'm probably the one who said it first. But sometimes I find the auto moderator is a little inconsistent in terms of what it decides to like. Feel like I should hold this for review. Oh no! It's okay, Sam. We're just this is an aside to a mod who is asking questions. You are all right. I'm the one who is being naughty there. You are fine. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Speaking of that, at one point in time when we were doing an art stream, we had if you've never seen the My Little Pony fan animation using that song, the person who made that stopped in, and I recognized their username, and I was like, oh my god, it's you! And I made a joke about pink fluffy unicorn. They're like, do you understand how many times I had to listen to that fucking song when I was making that animation? I never want to hear that song again. I'm like, that's super valid. Oh yeah, well, see, there was a period of time where I was going to be homeless if I didn't make some money like yesterday, so the bronies, who are awesome, definitely helped out with that, because, well, like, let's face it, I was born in the 80s, and I grew up with the original My Little Pony. I still have my Little Ponies, my original fucking ones. From the 80s, so I feel like if anybody's allowed to both be an artist and do My Little Pony art, I think I get to be at the top of the list without it being remotely sus or weird. So yeah, anyways, brodies are awesome, and I will not hate on the brodies, even the weird ones who, you know, are into weird, creepy shit, as long as it's with only adult characters. The rest of yous can go step off. The damn Superfood Squad? What's the Superfood Squad? Dare we even ask? A Union Pacific big boy. I have no idea what that means. As long as I don't gotta see it. I mean, that's fair. But yeah, anyways, they came through while I was doing a commission for some brony or other. You know what's kind of really cool? Military bronies. Because there was a lot of those. And I actually ended up doing, like, a fair bit of, like, warship design and, some really cool stuff like that. Oh, is it? Oh, that's cool! Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. Your stream is really nice, or is it? I don't know, I can't tell. I'm immune to it at this point.
Yo, listen, oi, run that again, I'm shelling them. Flow galactic, cool man Bellingham. Man, I got love in Krakow and Birmingham. The gal love me, but I keep hurting them. I'm a twat, got the chat. Bit of this and bit of that. I'll run up in your yard with the Polish lads. By the time we're done, it won't be your flat, like flat. Tire, jet, flyer, man.
Wow, that's awesome! I mean, that's true. The jar incident will be something that bronies will never live down, and they shouldn't. Oh my god! It has changed the meaning of jar eternally, and the ownage of toys in any conceivable way is eternally. Thanks for that, person who ruined everything. Oh, Sam, don't look it up. Don't. I mean, to spare anybody. So fun fact, the whole thing about bronies is they started on 4chan, and what's funny is I was on 4chan when it all went down. And what the funniest part about it was that it was this occasional wholesome thing would happen, and it just so happened to be people appreciating this stupid kid show and saying it was really good. And then they started getting banned for saying it was really good. And then they came back in greater forces. Greater and greater forces. And there was a massive war all across 4chan about whether or not it was okay to talk about My Little Ponies at all. Which was the funniest fucking... I actually heard about this from a friend, so when it first all started out, I just went there to watch the war happen, and the war was extensive. There was so much impossible amounts of spam with My Little Pony shit, and I'm like, My Little Ponies is like this thing I grew up with. What do you mean 4chan's having a goddamn meltdown right now because of fucking My Little Ponies? And like the mods are banning everybody who brings it up or shares a picture or anything. Like it was absolute. So anyways, because of what 4chan is, and if you don't know, please don't go there. I don't even know if it fucking exists anymore. But like it's yeah. Anyways, so the idea of just being gross is non-existent there. I mean, nobody is ever sexually inappropriate at all on 4chan, but yeah, that if you're don't look into it, but yeah, that's sort of where that whole jar incident came from. Yeah, exactly. So if you don't want details further than this was a 4chan thing, don't look into it because you don't want to know. But yeah, anyways, it's gross. And be like, what do you know of 4chan? Okay, so at one point in time, I was a moderator on Gaia, and because rules number 1 and 2 never get followed, and if you don't know what that means, you're not didn't lurk enough, lurk more. But because rules 1 and 2 never get followed, I found out as a moderator on Gaia Online that where the raids were coming from, because the raids were kind of eternal and deeply depraved, and I wanted to find out what the fuck was going on, in part to see how they were organizing so I could potentially, I don't know, do something to lock it down. And that's when I found out about that place. So, yeah, no, I lurked a lot. But as a person who is into linguistics and into trends and into cultural shifts, 4chan's always kind of just been this interesting microcosm of the worst of humanity, mixed in with people wishing that they could just break free from being part of the worst of humanity, whilst hanging out with the worst of humanity. And as a person who was there, clearly I'm also part of the worst of humanity. Oh, I've seen worse things. Period. But I won't talk about them on stream because, like, holy shit. It's not one of the worst things I've ever seen, but it's bad enough if you don't know what it is that I try and give express warnings not to look into it. But that was like back in 2004. So I was kind of there when 4chan was still a wee little thing, going into random chat rooms, or what was the name of that fucking game where people would go in and say the pool has AIDS, the pool's closed, because the pool has AIDS. Like, it was just like this fucking thing. Yeah, it's like Newgrounds. If everyone in Newgrounds was as much a fucking weirdo as half the people on Newgrounds. And if you don't know what Gaia Online is, which I still think it probably fucking exists. See, back in the day, because there was nothing out there to remotely protect children at all, the concept of, well, I kind of want to make a place where people can kind of, like, hang out and have cool stuff, and, like, you know, it's okay if kids hang out, and they gotta follow the rules. And then they realized what a fucking mistake that was, because, of course, it's a never-ending fight against trying to protect kids from predators. It's the meow. Yes. Oh yeah, that's the normal parts. The not so normal parts that were much more prevalent in the early days of the untamed internet. Special. God, remember Neopets? Yep. Yep. I tried to actually play the Neopets. I tried to get into Neopets, mostly just so I knew what the fuck it was, but oh my god. I'm gonna talk about unapproachable website designs. Neopets is at the top of the goddamn list for me. Corn is frequently used in place of not having a P in front of the word. Replace the C with a P. That is the answer. Wait a second. Maybe that's why they decided to use corn. Gross! It's a word like unalive. Self-censorship in order to beat the censors on an increasingly antagonistic platform that punishes you for using human language. The Orange and Black YouTube. Honestly, some of the funniest shit in the world is like it'll there is occasionally people who upload things to Orange and Black YouTube, and it's not even corn. It's not. It's just literally somebody teaching somebody how to do something. There's no, you don't even see people. There's no people. They're just like being like, here's how you do like differential equations, and I'm like, and like everybody in the comments is like, thanks. I came in 30 seconds. And I'm like, this is amazing. Thank you. This is amazing. Oh no! Well, hopefully, the pairing was good. That's all I can hope for if you end up doing that to yourself. At the very least, I hope the pairing was good. So as a person who frequently has to have safe search off, oh my god, my eyeballs occasionally bleed. I'd be like, why would you have safe search off? Because if you're looking for anatomy references for drawing people, if you don't turn safe search off, you're not gonna see human bodies. You're gonna see some really crappy art, generally. Oh my god, I hate how loud the YouTube ads are. Like, YouTube, I get it, but the thing is, the whole you should have the ads louder than the rest than other videos is it's some of the worst. You do realize the reason why on cable TV, you know, the thing that they're trying to emulate, the reason why ads were loud and it was a good idea was because everybody would get up during commercials and they wouldn't have to turn up their TV in order to go to the kitchen and get something to eat or go to the bathroom, and they could hear from another room that the ads were over and the show was back on. That's why it was a good idea. That's why commercials are so loud. You don't need to make the ads louder. We're still here. We can still hear them. I don't want to have to manually turn down my goddamn phone every fucking time I hear a goddamn ad. You hear a good joke? Why did the monkey fall out of the tree? Good thing you haven't been on there ever? I mean, yeah, don't go. It's a waste of time. Do you count as a joke? I mean, you can if you like. Why is France like a bun? Because they baguettes? I feel like the word baguette is in there somewhere. Oh my god. Oh, speaking of baguettes. Okay, so I'm listening to... I'm watching... Because, you know, YouTube enjoys offering me very weird topics and shorts. I ended up watching someone who's doing one of them latte videos where they like make a design on top of their latte by like pouring the milk special. I don't understand it. It's kind of cool though, right? So we're sitting there, we're watching it. And then I realized because I understand French. I don't speak it, but I understand it. Don't ask me how that works. My brain's weird. So I could hear the song and it's in French, and the song is basically saying something like, I'm walking down the streets in Paris and I'm thinking of you, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, you know, like you do. And then the chorus is thinking of you. It's like, oh my god, what is it? You, baguettes, and in Paris, but the thing is, it sounds like she's talking about his baguette, i.e. she's thinking about his dick while she's walking around in Paris. I swear to god, I don't think I've ever I had to stop the video and like go back and listen, and I mean, yes, she could just be thinking about getting some bread in Paris, or she could be thinking about getting some bread in Paris. I'm just saying, it could be either. They like Cards Against Humanity, and I'm so surprised no one ever played any corn on the video player. Only much worse stuff. Please, sir, I need this. My cold box is empty. My wheel is kind of broken. I need your help. Honest to God, like, I actually really kind of enjoyed playing Cards Against Humanity, but the problem is that even with the concept of dark humor, there is also the slight problem of, depending on the age of the people that you're playing with, they may not understand a reference, which will make winning impossible. And I have discovered that I'm just a little too old to play that game with people who don't understand references to things like historical things. And it's sad because I'm talking about like playing on XYZ or whatever the hell it's called, the online version of Cards Against Humanity. Sir Topham Hat! But if we're gonna talk about disrespectful, here's the thing that as a note, one of the things that really annoys me is that at one point in time I used to play on the Hypixel server, and you're like, wait a second, you used to play Minecraft? Yeah, I did. But I played on the Hypixel server because playing online was sort of slightly less laggy than trying to actually play in a generated world, right? Seems right? Seems good? Seems excellent? Yeah, so I used to play on Hypixel. And I used to play... They had this game on Hypixel which was like, they'd give a prompt and you had to draw a picture using various tools to, like, draw a picture, right? And I can draw, which meant that I won frequently. And people get so angry about it. Yeah, Gorillas, that's part of the reason why I kind of shy away from that. It reminds me of, you know, bad things that happened to me in the past. Could I please get mod and my friend are doing challenge to get the most mods? Yeah, no. Good luck with that, though. Have fun. I know to count it really hard at all. Meet me on the weekend. Put your money where your mouth is. That is hearted. Stand by. Get nobody. Henry Stickmin, yay or nay? Oh, some of Henry Stickmins are pretty good. Pretty good. How do you earn mod status? Stick around for a while, be helpful, and, you know, don't break rules, and it can happen to you. Ashley, look at me. I do actually, you know what's funny is I saw that meme before I actually started watching The Boys. So when it actually got to that point, I was like, who the fuck thought to make this moment into a fucking song? Who saw this moment and went, you know what I could do? I could remix this shit. So funny. Try not to use weird characters like that. That did show up, but they may not have seen your joke there, George. Jorge Isaac Lopez. That's going by. I didn't say that. That was funny. Oh, wait a second. Is a piece of croissant. Is a piece of croissant. Why is French like fun? Is piece of croissant. Yeah, I don't understand it, bro. Sorry, yes. I have watched Has Been Hotel, both seasons. I also watch Hell of a Boss. Bruh, you've that. Okay, why is France like bun? And then you say, is piece of croissant. You're not speaking enough English for me to understand your joke. Or, I may not have the brain cells capable of understanding is piece of croissant as something funny. Sorry about that. I say Hell of a Boss is better, but the reason why I say Hell of a Boss is better, I just like the characters better. But I feel like Has Been Hotel is super important to the development of the Helliverse that is also in Hell of a Boss. So it's okay. Both are good. I like one better, but that does not mean that the other one is bad. I just really, 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 really like Blitz and Stolas and how fucking toxic they are, and then them fixing their shit, because that gives me hope for the future. Hey, Joe. How am I? Itchy. Itchy apparently is the correct answer, because I'm like sitting here going scratchy, scratchy, scratchy. Alright, fuck this shit. Mostly my hands are hurting. So that's how I know when I need to stop. We're being good.